All right, everybody. So we'll be going over trading opportunities. This one, right here. So there were two trades. One didn't work, and this was because it was early on in the day, and just not a lot of liquidity. So you had this selling pullback, went and it tested this area. Resistance, 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 but then it broke through. So it just broke through. And then the next one, they had selling. And this one, pullback 1, pullback 2, pullback 3. Pullback 3, totally, the volume totally dried up right here. It totally dried up. And I went down and gave some tests and all of that, and just went down. All right. Now there's a couple of things I want to mention here. All right. What got me really confident in this trade, it had to do basically with the distribution. Because when you have distribution, you have markdown. When you have accumulation, you have markup. The probabilities are they're in your favor, significantly in your favor. So with everything I've been teaching on this channel, or the latest stuff, you'll see that it's there. So as price made that high up here, went up there, what you see is clear indication of distribution right here. Why? Because you have this volume and it shows ease of movement. So it's able to break, right? So you have this volume and it shows ease of movement, but then when it continued to go up on more volume, on increasing volume, the distance shortened significantly from this high, from this this to this, meaning this amount of range to this amount of range. This is a big issue. How can you have more volume and less reward? Have more volume and less reward, more effort, less reward? It's because what we say about this is that demand encountered supply. All right, that's how you interpret this. Demand encountered supply, and that's why you didn't have more ease of movement. You didn't have more ease of movement, you had less movement. So volume increased and this halved. So because it halved, it's because demand has encountered supply at this area. So now does that mean you take short? Obviously not. Why? Because with demand encounters supply, you could have at least two things that are going to happen. The first thing that could happen is that it can be absorbed and it can continue higher. And the second thing that can happen is its effort and it cannot absorb and it goes lower. The next bar indicates that it's going lower with ease of movement to the downside. With volume, biggest than 6 red bars and increasing ease of movement. So you had demand encounter supply unable to take it out and ease of movement to the downside, creating the turning point, creating the turn. Now I'm interested in this area because it's a pretty good area. I just want to see what happens here. There's a reversal. Anyway, that's all, folks. So remember, the concept of effort reward is a critical concept in Wyckoff, and as a Wyckoff trader, you need to be able to identify it, see it, and execute. Whatever approach you're using. Wyckoff was big on volume, and you can see how important that is here. How important, very, very important here. Because Effort reward is a form of distribution and accumulation. At highs, form of distribution. At lows, form of accumulation. All right, and this is now getting very interesting because. All right, I'm done. Take care, bye.